to, alright, I'll tweet that out that I'm streaming. I thought it was hooked up. I went out to, I changed it to window mode. Maybe that'll help. Game audio aside, okay, I'll fix that too. Oh shit, it's gonna do it again.
Position, but I'm exposed here.
It's better than nothing. But see if you can't find a safer position further out.
No, it's gonna do it again. I can tell you already. So maybe XSplit doesn't play nice with XCOM. Well, what would it be for a Jeff Green stream without incredible technical PC difficulties? It wouldn't be a Jeff Green stream. So we could just actually play on the PS4, and then none of this would happen. We would just be fine on the PlayStation 4. I could play Mortar, I could play XCOM, I could play pretty much anything, and we'd be fine. It's just because I stubbornly thought that we could play on the PC. I mean, you know, you would think after spending all the money I did to get the PC fixed, it would be fine, and now it turns out, actually, that all the money that I spent getting my PC fixed, it apparently wasn't even the problem. Which really is a bummer. Mortar. I'm afraid to play Mortar because of, right now, because of XSplit. I've played this for like 5 minutes, so this will be fun.
You arrive along the old road. It winds with a troubling.
You think XCOM is a problem? That would be nice.
Through the corrupted countryside.
I got a new power supply. I didn't get a new graphics card, but I got a new motherboard. I got new fans.
The ancient pitted cobbles of the old road, and on its writhing path, you will face viciousness, violence, and perhaps other damnably transcendent terrors. So steel yourself, and remember there can be no bravery without madness. The old road will take you to hell, but in that gaping abyss, we will find our redemption.
Okay. Alright. So this is Darkest Dungeon. We're gonna stream this. This is mainly I just wanted to say hi to everybody, and make it clear that I'm alive and well, and to show that we're gonna start streaming again, regular like. But apparently not everything was ready for prime time yet. I don't know if it was XCOM or XSplit or a combination of the two. Cuphead worked just fine. The problem with Cuphead is that I suck at it, so I didn't want to play it. XCOM is the game I did want to play and play over, the course of however long it takes to actually finish the campaign. I think that could be fun to watch. Mortar could be fun too, but again, I'm worried about XSplit now, so before I stream next time, I'm going to get OBS Studio set up. I'll do another test stream, even though I did it before, to make sure that it doesn't crash. And then we'll be good to go with Mortar or XCOM. We'll see. Okay. So anyway, this is Darkest Dungeon. I've played it a couple times for like 5 minutes each. I recognized that this was a game I was probably going to love, and then I never put any time into it. Basically, you can see here what we have is like something along the lines of a side-scrolling, turn-based dungeon crawler. Right now we've got these two dudes. I've played this part like 5 times before without ever actually making it into the game. We're actually just going forth to the next room. This is sort of the prologue
these
here.
lanes. Keep to the side path. The hamlet is just ahead.
Hi. I actually really love this game. Right now we've got 2 people in our party. We can double click or single click to see what's going on here. We've got Reynold, the Warrior of Light. Or no, he's a Crusader, I mean. This is one of his quirks. One of the great things about this game, in the little I've played it, is that they have negative personality traits that will definitely affect how well they do in combat. As in any standard turn-based RPG or strategy game, we can switch the order of these 2 dudes if we want, but I believe that we have them in the preferred order right now, which is we've got our Crusader in front. That's how we want it. We've got our ranged dude in the back. Let's find some things to kill. We're basically in tutorial
Dispatch this
land
thug
right now.
in brutal fashion, that all may hear of your arrival.
Combat is turn-based. On your hero's turn, click a skill icon and then click on a highlighted target. If you can't select a particular skill, it's because that hero needs to be standing in a different spot.
Alright, we don't have to do that, do we? Alright, so we've got this guy, it's his turn. We can do a grape shot blast at him, or we can just do, a melee attack. Wait, I didn't know this was on iPad. Is this really on iPad? Holy fuck, that's gonna change my whole life.
Eradicated.
Is it really? Loot!
Success so clearly in view. Or is it merely a trick of the light?
Oh my god, I had no idea it was on iPad. That is not good to know. Actually, that's great to know. Because maybe now I can stop playing Candy Crush. I don't know why I got into that game. I don't know how that happened. Alright. We are going forth to the next room.
An ambush. Send these vermin a message. The rightful owner has returned. and
I
their
really,
kind is no
I love this
longer
style of
welcome.
game. The side-scrolling aspect of it, I guess, is pretty much the unique feature of this one. You could argue that any other presentation would have also worked, but I find the art style pretty fun. Because I haven't played this game that much yet, I have yet to sort of ascertain, for example, with our Crusader here, which kind of blow I want to use. Though you can look at your enemies, of course, to get more information on what the resistances are down here at the bottom, and what kind of enemy they are. For example, we can see here Smite. We get 15% damage bonus versus Unholy. Either of these guys are Unholy; they're just humans. Also, we can see here that like this is a stun, but these 2 guys have no, their stun resistance isn't that bad. But I have not spent a whole lot of time yet, sort of figuring out ideal attacks versus enemies at this point. One thing I can point out to you is that it's their turn to hit. I always find turn-based combat a lot more civilized. You know, if real wars were done turn-based style, maybe we wouldn't have the problems we had in the world right now, you know? So you can see here, if I mouse over Smite here, the 2 red dots on the right side there are showing which positions I could theoretically attack with the Smite. This is, you can see there's 4 dots because there could theoretically be 4 enemies to the right there. So the Smite actually means I can attack one of either of these guys and it'll be effective. I'm trying to take out
Prodigious size alone does not dissuade the sharpened blade.
One interesting thing I like about this game is that corpses actually get in the way. So this corpse still occupies this spot here. So theoretically, if there was a third guy here and my attack would only affect the first 2 spots, we would have to get rid of this corpse, which sucks. But in this case, since there are only 2 enemies and these attacks, all of these attacks will affect the first 2 spots, I don't have to get rid of the corpse, really. Oh wait, no, I do. Do I? I do. Alright, so I got rid of the corpse. No, actually I didn't even get rid of it. But it does add another element of strategery that is in the way. Okay, here he is. Yeah, the first guy took up 2 slots because he's big. Okay, now we can get rid of him. This is just tutorially beginning stuff. You'll start this once we get into the hamlet. You can see where this game really is.
Confidence surges as the enemy crumbles.
Why, thank you.
As victories mount, so too will resistance.
Alright, so we're going to go to the hamlet. We've beaten our first quest. Congratulations on joining me in beating your first Darkest Dungeon quest. If you've never played this game, you did it. You beat the first quest. Go you.
Welcome home, such as it is.
I didn't know you could swap.
This squalid hamlet, these
All
corrupted lands, they are yours now, and you are bound to them.
Here we are in the hamlet. We can see our quest goals. We have quite a lot of them. Here we are in week 1. We've got these 2 guys. I think we can actually rename them, which you can do in XCOM, of course. Here we are in our hamlet now. Most of this is still locked up. All of the different buildings that are going to help us proceed in the campaign. But because this is the very beginning, we have to actually do something to choose me for the next expedition. We can recruit some new heroes.
And men, soldiers and outlaws, fools and corpses. All will find their way to us now that the road is clear.
So we've got two folks here, if you call this guy a folk, that we can add to our party. We can see what they are, what they do. They have camping skills and they have combat skills. You get to that later where you can camp mid-mission to kind of heal yourself and apply buffs and things like that. Of course, you can also apply buffs during combat encounters, of course. But we're going to drag both of these guys
better laboratory than the blood-soaked battlefield
to our party. So we now have 4 to choose from. We can upgrade our stagecoach so that more heroes will become available. I'm kind of breezing through this because we're not going to have a whole lot of time
the tragic extent
left
of my
to play
failings.
today. But now you can see now we have a party of 4 ready to go. When you click on these, you can also see their preferred position in the order, in the attack order. I think I have everybody in a good preferred place. She is going to be our healer, I believe. Yep. Okay. Let's go do the next quest.
A mecca of madness and morbidity.
Zeno says near, game says
Your
Cuphead,
work
Screen says
begins.
Darkest Dungeon. I'm very confused. You're right. This is where you select a quest and form an adventuring party of 4 heroes to embark on it. Click on quests to see their details. Drag heroes into slots at the bottom of the screen to form your party and default party order. Right, so right now this was the order that these 2 came in. We'll put her in back, and we'll put him here. Preferred position. He's good really anywhere. can see here that Reynold likes to be in one of the first 2 slots. We could change all their names, you know, rename hero. This is our main guy. Now in XCOM, when I do my first party names, I like to name them all after Republicans because I know that they're going to die quickly, and I don't mind when they die. But it's not going to always be the case that these folks are going to die. So I don't necessarily need them to be Republicans. But, you know, they might die. So we could call this guy, you know, like Harvey Weinstein, say. Or we could just call him Harvey. There. That's sort of a non-political choice, you know? We can all agree that he's an asshole. That's not really taking a political stand. In fact, I could kind of do all sort of like Hollywood sexual predators, right? So this guy could be Woody. Woody Allen here. This guy could be Roman Polanski. Is Roman. We're taking our collection of Hollywood sexual predators into battle here. Now this is a woman here, so she's not guilty. She's actually cool. So we could call her. Actually, Rose McGowan is the one who helped blow the whistle on all the rest of them. So we'll call him Rose. We'll call her Rose, and that's also a tribute to Rose Bell. There we go. Okay, all right. We've got Harvey. We've got Harvey Weinstein, Woody Allen, and Roman Polanski all on the front lines, ready to die, and then Rose McGowan. Who really should probably kill all 3 of them in front, backing them up to heal them, maybe, even though none of them deserve it. But let's go into battle.
The cost of preparedness, measured now in gold.
So another cool thing here,
Later,
before you go into battle,
in blood.
you gotta get your provisions ready. So you need food and torches. It gives us the hint to bring 8 food and 4 torches. So, you know, we can do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have 8 foods. And we'll bring 4 torches. We could actually bring more of each. We could also bring a shovel. We'll probably find a shovel. We'll buy a shovel. We'll see what the shovel's for if you've never played. Let's embark on our quest now. I should have brought extra torches. Alright, so this is the first dungeon proper. You can see at the bottom right here, very much like any kind of old school thing, we got our little map of rooms. You can see up here at the top that the goal of this quest is to explore 90% of the rooms. So, you know, that's what we're going to do. We're going to explore 90% of the rooms. We can go forward. Each room is sort of, we're going to go to the next room here. And then as you go into each room, you got to move forward and see what's what. As you keep going in the game, there's traps on the ground, like a good D&D oriented game should be. There's other sort of things. What do they call this? They call this a curio. So we're hitting our first curio here. We salvaged an unburnt
Waiting
torch.
to be spent.
Wonderful. You can see the light level is up here. The torches are going to slowly burn out. As the light gets dimmer, enemies get tougher, but rewards are greater. So you can play that little trade-off game. A lot of nice little touches in this game. Okay, here we have our first unholy enemies, skeletons, to kill. We can recall that what do we call him now? Harvey has bonus damage against unholy when it's his turn. But anyway, right now we've got Roman Polanski. He can do an incision on either of these 2 guys here. We can see, or he can do a disorienting blast, which would account for the last 3, so he wouldn't get hit. We could buff ourselves. We'll just smack the first guy. Role-playing as sexual predators is kind of gross. I agree. However, the only reason we did this is because hopefully they're going to die or get, diseased or crazy or whatever. And the great thing is we don't have to help them. We can just let them die forever. So, again, this is sort of my XCOM strategy of, and actually really any RPG from the old days, where I acknowledge that the first round of people are all just going to die. They're cannon fodder as we're learning how to play. So I don't mind if Harvey, Woody, or Roman dies. And this is painful for me to say, by the way, because Woody, he was an old hero of mine, but these days, what are you going to do? Rose, on the other hand, at the end here, both because it's Rose McGowan and because it's also a tribute to our very own Rose Bell in the stream, we do not want Rose to die. So, of all the people in this party, we want Rose to survive. I don't care about these other assholes in the front. So this is a heal. So stun attack, another heal. Now people ask me about Blade Runner. Yeah, I haven't seen it yet. I will see it after I make my deadline and do other things. Making the deadline, in fact, what I should be doing right now. Okay, so now we've got our Smite versus Unholy, 15% plus 15% damage. I haven't really gone into all these stats over here. You can see this is very standard RPG stuff: accuracy, crit, damage, dodge. So, when we have more time, if we're interested, we can get into the weeds on all the numbers. This is very much a numbers game.
As victories mount, so too will resistance.
Yeah, look at that. We got one shovel, and two jades. Okay.
Let's go forth to the next room, shall we?
Can you come with me to see Blade Runner? Well, if you could get to Berkeley, here we have a big pile of crap. We've got skulls and skeletons and looks like boulders.
Even the
so here's where you want your
seems
shovel.
Bent on preventing passage.
You can use your hands. The shovel's better. I don't know why. I don't know if there's any penalty if you use your hands. Is there? Light's going out a little bit, and here now we have 3 unholy enemies. All with 10 hit points, and these have 8. Our toughest one, the Cultist Acolyte, is in the back. Actually human there. We have a human Acolyte hanging out with two skeletons. Bone Rabble, Bone Soldier. Don't really know what her deal is. Why she's hanging out with these two. But anyway, it's Woody Allen's turn to do what he can. He can either whine at them or complain about his problems, or he could do a melee attack, a pistol shot, a grape shot blast. We'll try it. It's Rose's turn. Rose, the one that we actually like. Let's see, who does she'll damage all 3.
Confidence surges as the enemy crumbles.
Alright, so we got rid of the weakest dude first. It's Roman Polanski. Roman Polanski got hit for 1. Every time one of these sexual predators actually gets hit, we can cheer. You can see now we're getting a hint that the light is fading. So, right, as I mentioned, the darker it gets, the harder things get, but the better the rewards. So we can actually increase the light if we wanted to, but let's not do that. Let's keep it hard on these predators. We can we can throw a plague grenade.
Their formation is broken. Maintain the offensive.
Now it's Woody Allen's turn. I think we are going to need to get rid of these. Well, actually, this should affect her, but she dodged. I think we need to get rid of the corpses. Anyway, this is a proof of concept, anyway, for this stream that, in fact, my PC is pretty much mostly fixed, which is great news. I apologize that XCOM didn't work out. It is possible that you guys are right, that, in fact, this was XSplit's fault and not my PC's fault. So, for my Tuesday stream, I will have OBS Studio ready. I'll do a test XCOM stream, and we'll try that. Meanwhile, if you want to weigh in on Twitter, I'm still debating between XCOM and Mordor. And the reason I'm leaning a little bit more towards XCOM is because it's a tougher game. It's more challenging. It's older, though. XCOM is more coherent. And by the way, I'm not streaming PUBG only because the contrarian that I am, it's like what everybody is streaming. I kind of feel like I almost like missed the bandwagon a little bit. And also, I'm gonna suck at it just like I do at any game like that, which I suppose could be fun. I'm not unwilling to stream PUBG. I could do it now and then. But I frankly actually don't even dig it that much. Am I allowed to admit that? I'm not saying it's overrated. I'm just saying... because I don't think it's overrated. But, it's just not entirely my thing, I'll be honest with you.
Back to the pit.
Is it green speak as in you're deaf and you speak, or is it Green's Peak? Like the Twitch channel says peak of your internet career. Well, Green Speak actually goes all the way back to CGW magazine, so it goes way, way back. And that was a name actually given to my column by somebody else who worked at CGW. I didn't know what to call it. I think maybe in that moment she was thinking it was like Greenpeace or something. I don't even understand what the origin is. To be honest, it's just a name and it just stuck. I guess it's like Green is speaking. But if we want to talk about Green's Peak, I think that happened about 10 years ago. What you're seeing now is fully the downside of my career. I'm not going to self-deprecate. I'm not going to do that. I've been told not to do that. Now we're just getting through here. We're still in a relatively easy part of this game. Where it really starts getting interesting, and it could happen as early as this quest, is when when your characters start getting afflicted with different things. We can actually heal. Wait, is that a self heal? Oh, is this still an attack? No, I don't understand. Well, that's a heal. I don't know why we're letting Woody Allen get a heal, but we are. I've thought about Divinity 2. I did have at least one person tell me that they thought that I should play Divinity for a little bit first before streaming it, that the beginning might be too boring and not stream-worthy. But I did pick up Divinity. I haven't started it yet. So that is another possibility for streaming. Mostly I just want to entertain. I'm here for you. Okay, so now we're being told that we need to eat. Or we could eat nothing. It actually gives you a choice. We could eat, we could regain some health, or we could not eat and take damage plus stress damage. Which, given the fact that these guys are all assholes, maybe they should just take stress damage. What do you think? Sure.
To
Fuck
fall
these
for
guys.
such a little thing.
Fuck them.
A bite of bread.
Oh, I should just feed Rose, you're right. And yes, Greenspeak also referred to Alan Greenspan. That's true. Because when I tried to actually get the Greenspeak URL a long time ago, I found out it belonged to like fans of Alan Greenspan. Go figure. 11:54. We're coming to the end. The end of the line. I really do love these graphics. They did a wonderful job of crafting a pretty unique look. It's kind of vaguely H.P. Lovecraft-esque, wouldn't you say? There's some... Uh-oh, we hit a trap.
Ambushed by foul invention. Terrors may indeed stalk these shadows, but yonder...
Yonder, a glint of gold.
Yeah, that's because we're now in the dark. We can actually use a little bit of a torch. Let's go forth.
You must gather your party before venturing forth.
We're getting towards the 90%. I could do Divinity. I'll boot that game up on my own and see if I think it's streamable. It's actually maybe the game that I'm most looking forward to playing on my own right now. Alright, well, we could continue to not eat. Let's continue to not eat. This should be our last room. This should get us to 90%. Can I feed just Rose? I don't know if you can feed one person. Oh, you can. Excellent. Alright, we're gonna keep Rose healthy. All these other motherfuckers can die.
Secrets and wonders can be found in the most tenebrous corners of this place.
Tenebrous. There's a silver dollar word for you. We're in the dark again. We use our handy dandy shovel. We're not encountering very many enemies here. Oh. As if on cue, hey, how come Woody Allen went to the front? Well, good. No, Roman Polanski's in front. Okay, Roman, what are you going to do here? We've got a Bone Defender, Bone Soldier, Bone Courtier, and Bone Arbalist. We've got a full collection of bones here. All sorts of different bones. None of them as cute as the cartoon characters. What do you think a Bone Courtier does, actually? How do you get that job? Also, what's an Arbalist? I don't really know how you define what an arbalist or a courtier is in bone culture, though we can see that the two weak guys are the courtier and the soldier. He's in the front so he can flee the country. Well done. A crossbowman equals arbalist. I did not know that. Reynold is at death's door. Oh, okay, well, they couldn't go with the name change. So this is actually Harvey Weinstein is at death's door. And boy, ain't that the truth. At least career-wise, know what I'm saying? So we're not gonna, oh wait, no, it's Reynold, no, Woody, wait, which one was, I forget. Oh, maybe that was Roman Polanski. I've got all my different, no wait, this is Woody Allen, that's Roman Polanski. I guess it's Woody Allen that's at death's door. I've got all my guys mixed up. Woody Allen missed. Alright, Rose, it's Rose who we like. Roman Polanski takes 8 damage.
Injury and despondence.
No one's crying for him.
Stage for heroism or cowardice.
We could move Harvey Weinstein up to the front. Rose is taking 2 damage. Rose's resolve is tested. She is focused now.
Moment of clarity.
By the holy flame, I shall persevere.
Alright, see, the game knows, man. Rose has become heroic. Alright, Roman Polanski has time to redeem himself a little bit. Woody Allen in the back can get a shot off. And he misses, of course. Never hand a gun to a Jew. We don't know what to do with them.
Dazed, reeling, about to break.
Harvey Weinstein now at death's door. Rose, good old Rose. We love Rose. She's not going to bother to heal anybody because fuck all these guys. But she can try to attack the bad guys. All we want is for Rose to survive this encounter. All the other guys, no one cares. All right, Woody Allen now at death's door. Roman Polanski, it's your turn. Uh-oh, that's 8 damage for Rose. It's Rose's turn. She can heal herself. That's right. You do you, Rose. Woody Allen, not quite dead yet. Oh, look at that. He connects. Harvey Weinstein is near death's door. He can't actually attack anybody except the corpses, which is fitting somehow. Three more damage for Roman Polanski. Guess what? Roman Polanski has become abusive. Who would have thought? When heroes can't take stress anymore, they become afflicted. Harvey Weinstein at death's door. All the motherfuckers that we wanted at death's door are in fact at death's door. This is fantastic. Now don't buff these guys. Heal yourself. Just keep healing. All we need is for you to come out of this alive, Rose. All these other guys can go to hell. Woody Allen misses again. Oh shit!
More ashes. More disappointment.
Well, kind of a bummer for Woody Allen since this new movie just came out. Alright. So Woody Allen is the first to die. The Jew goes first. You have the option of retreating from combat. Oh, and we're not retreating. Because all these guys have to die. Yeah, you just keep healing yourself. That's right. Look at that. Look at Rose. She's in it to win it. Okay, Roman. Roman misses. These guys can't hit for shit. Classic bullies. Harvey's resolve is tested, and now Harvey Weinstein is abusive. It's as if the Darkest Dungeon developers knew. They made Roman Polanski and Harvey Weinstein abusive. Who knew? Roman is at death's door. This is great. This is the kind of social justice we needed this morning.
These nightmarish creatures can be felled. They can be beaten.
We'll return to him. By the way, I am playing it on the easier mode at the moment. Look at that. Woody Allen dead. Harvey and Roman abusive. Rose hanging tough. That's pretty hilarious. I think we're gonna stop for the day.
In truth, I cannot tell.
But
how much
before
time
we stop,
has
actually, we'll see what
since I
happens
sent
with
that
these
letter.
guys. Some negative quirks will lock into place and become severe. So right now, Harvey Weinstein and Roman Polanski suffer from the affliction of being abusive. Interesting enough, we've completed our first quest goal. So now the Abbey has opened up
The
where we
cobwebs
can
have been dusted, the pews set
get
straight.
stress relief. This is basically
The Abbey
how you can
owes to the
heal
faithful.
your afflicted party members. There's both the Abbey and then there's also the bar, the tavern.
Fresh kegs, cards, and curtained rooms
And
promise
sometimes they
solace
tell
to
you,
the weary and broken alike.
What will help cure them. So like Harvey Weinstein is God-fearing, sure he is. So he can only he can get stress relief through the Abbey. Oh, and he has to pray. That's right, it told us that he can only pray. And then Roman Polanski, he can probably do either. Yeah. So these guys are getting treated in the Abbey now for their crimes against humanity. We're gonna call it now though, so that I can go make my deadline, which I should have been doing all this time. But mostly this morning, I just wanted to say hi, let you know I'm back. I'm settled in my new house, and we're gonna be streaming. I'm gonna get OBS Studio hooked up here so we can actually play modern PC gaming without any hitches. I think it's gonna be fine. I'm not freaked that the PC didn't get fixed. I think the PC's fine. It's probably an XSplit issue. I'm hoping and praying that I'll test it out after I make my deadline, which is Monday, and then before Tuesday's stream. I could keep playing Darkest Dungeon going forward. Don't think I'm going to go back to Cuphead. You got an idea of why I can't play that game. But I'm thinking XCOM, Mordor, or Divinity 2. Love you guys. So glad to be back. And more to come. I'm going to keep my promises and the expectations low as we ramp this stream up. But I've got thoughts. I have ideas. Also, maybe next time you see me, this will be all gone. Because if it doesn't go soon, I'm going to start charging it rent in this house. The big old Jufro. All right. Have a good Saturday. I got to go do work, you know. I got to get paid. Good to see y'all. I'll see you on Tuesday. That's a guarantee. We're going to be streaming Tuesday nights, Pacific time. So it might be, for you Euros, might be a rough thing, but we'll see. We'll see what we can do about that.